Sonic 3 is a movie that I was very late to watching. I had to work, and you just be prepared for a few movies to be like that right now. I'm catching up, guys, and I think I'm caught up right now. I do need to catch up on a Complete Unknown, Nosferatu, and a couple other ones next week, but they aren't even out yet for like a few more days. So I have time. Don't yell at me. It's okay. I'm trying my best. Stop yelling, okay? Um, I'm joking. Yeah, I was really excited to check this movie out. I vastly enjoyed the other two. I actually meant to rewatch them, but I've been so busy. Like, I haven't even had time to watch the Christmas movies I want to watch, so I didn't bother to have the time to rewatch the movies. And probably won't. Maybe next Sonic movie. I don't know. Though, honestly, it'll be really nice when I get Sonic 3 at home to do like a whole trilogy binge, because there is a lot of great tie-ins to the trilogy. And I guess since this one's been out a couple days, we'll do a spoiler review for this. I will start non-spoiler, then I'll warn you about the spoiler stuff so you can click off. Overall, my main thoughts of this movie is I don't really know what people expect me to say about it. I feel like Sonic reviews are some of the most boring reviews you could watch, because it's literally just going, yeah, it was fun, I had a good time. And I've seen, and every review is like the same. It was fun, I had a good time, and isn't it crazy we got to Sonic 3 and they were able to do this so right, and yada yada yada. Like, okay, I feel like they're so boring. But, so honestly, if you're going to see this movie, you're going to see this movie. That's why I'm making this a spoiler review. But I really think, though, watching this movie, I don't have a clue where you go from here, but we already have a sequel with the release date planned, and I'm fine with that because I had fun, right? This is probably the most fun franchise I think going out there, and that's what I really like about the Sonic franchise. It's really not trying to do anything other than just entertain its core fan base, which is great. I think that's usually not something I like to say about movies, like, oh, it was fun, because I think that's a bad adjective for describing movies. Movies should not just be fun. They should be more than that. But you also have to accept that certain movies aren't going for more, and that's okay. And this is a great example of that. I don't know. But yeah, talking about things I liked about this movie, I really liked Shadow. He was great. Keanu did a great job with the voice, and the way they do his backstory throughout the movies, it was actually devastating and heartbreaking. And the way they parallel that to Sonic's journey in the movie, yeah, it was great. And they really felt like a Goku and Vegeta dynamic that really, really worked and was really well done. Um, as for my negatives with this movie, I feel like there is a little too much going on at the beginning of this movie. It's a little too jumbled. I think the movie just kept bouncing around from place to place to place to place to place, and not giving you a lot of explanations, and some of it on purpose, but a lot of it is just like, there's a way that they could have made this less clunky. I think I saw three screenwriters wrote this, and I definitely, depending on what scene it was, I could definitely feel at times, oh, that's probably this screenwriter or this screenwriter. Not directly, but there's definitely moments I could go, oh, yeah. So I do think this movie was very clunky and felt a little bit long, but at the same time, I think you'll be having such a good enough time if you enjoy these characters. You're not really gonna care. It might be a thing where you're like, maybe if you're sitting there in the theater, you might be like, oh god, this movie's a little bit long. I think this is the longest Sonic movie, like 2 hours. It does not need to be. It could have been trimmed down quite a bit, but like it should have been like 2 hours 30, or not 2 hours 30, an hour and a half, and it would have been easily much better, paced better, just kind of less throwing shit at you. But yeah, I thought this movie was fun. Now for the spoilers. I guess someone has spoiled for me that Amy was showing up, and like some kid came out. I work at a theater, if you don't know. And some kid came out of me. It's like, is there going to be a Sonic 4? I saw Amy at the end. I was like, oh, I didn't know. I guess whatever. And then you see Metal Sonic and stuff. That was cool. And you see The other post-credit scene, which is Shadow Sarai, which obviously they're not going to introduce a fan favorite character voiced by Keanu Reeves and kill him off in his first movie. Like, fuck, no way they would do that. I really don't like, though, in the same scene they killed Robotnik, so obviously he's not dead. I feel like this is a game that they're playing to see if Jim Carrey will come back because he's been inconsistent about whether or not he's willing to come back with these movies. And I just, like, I feel like it's insulting because, like, at this point, they did the true Jim Carrey thing, and it felt like a little bit too much in this movie at certain times. So I don't know what else you do with that character, where else you go with him, kill him off, right? But at the same time, this franchise in the games and everything, its main villain is Robotnik. You know, what other Sonic villains that do most people know about is there? I mean, maybe some super Sonic lore nerd will drop some in the comments down below, but like, I don't really think there's an easy direction of where to go with this franchise without Robotnik. And so I don't know where Sonic 3 is going to go, and that does make me a little nervous, but I am still enjoying these movies enough that I'm willing to check it out, obviously. So we'll see. It's not my favorite of the trilogy, like some people are saying. I think that's just because, to be honest, a lot of people's fan favorite is Shadow, and a lot of people just love Keanu. There's literally people who have never seen a Sonic movie who will be seeing this movie just because Keanu is doing the fucking voice. I don't know why Keanu's kind of gotten this obsession. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Keanu. He has a lot of great movies. But, like, he also has a lot of bad ones. He's a very inconsistent actor. Seems like a wonderful guy, but, like, I never understood the obsession with him.